Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Fans say God is bringing Chrisley back after recent interview. Todd and Chrisley have been sharing their story with fans on social media following their recent presidential pardon. Fans themselves have also been reacting to these stories. In fact, some fans are even sharing stories of divine intervention concerning the couple. Todd and Julie of Chrisley Knows Best fame were convicted over a variety of charges in 2022, including bank fraud and tax evasion. Originally facing a sentence of 19 years behind bars, the two saw an early release thanks to a presidential pardon. Since then, the two have also been sharing their story with various outlets. This includes their podcast series, Chrisley Confessions 2.0. While promoting the podcast's third episode on Instagram, a recent post came with a caption, "Prison changes you, but it doesn't take away who you are." We still felt like parents and people with love to give. There's so much folks on the outside don't see or think about, and it's not always what you expect. In an accompanying clip, Todd was asked about something he enjoyed while in prison. He shared, "I think after my realization of why I was there, I enjoyed the camaraderie." Julie shared that she loved being with the younger girls, where I could still feel like I was mothering. The two agreed that these things made them feel like they were still a parent. Taking to the comments, many fans shared that they felt Todd and Julie's imprisonment was for some greater good. On social media, one fan wrote, "Maybe this happened to Todd and Julie, so they could be a voice for the broken system. I love that they have come out and they are talking about camaraderie, friendships, helping, mentoring." A few other fans shared similar sentiments in the comments. Some even highlighted that this was part of God's plan for the couple. Others were empathetic, even sharing their own experiences with the prison system. Some comments included, "All right now. God is working on Aunt Julie. I can see the light coming back in her. Anyone else see a light in her eyes, or is it just me? I do think God uses their experience for the good. He doesn't create tragedies or injustice, but Romans 8:28 is clear. Yes, our tests become our testimonies for God's glory. I spent 6 months in jail, and there's really nothing that can explain how it feels to be a human being kept in a cage until you experience it." Did you see this recent episode of Chrisley Confessions 2.0? Make sure you come back to for all the latest reality TV and celebrity news. When Chrisley's voice was finally heard again, trembling yet strong, it felt like the dawn breaking after a long, stormy night. For months, fans of the Chrisley family had been left with snippets of updates and quiet prayers. Julie, once the matriarch of the widely adored Chrisley Knows Best, had been absent from the public eye while facing the most difficult chapter of her life. But after a recent heartfelt interview, fans are convinced something miraculous is happening. They believe God is bringing Chrisley back. The interview that stopped the internet. Julie appeared via phone on a Christian podcast, her voice warm and full of gratitude. "Every day is a new chance," she said softly, "and I believe God has a plan bigger than I can understand right now." It was a simple statement, but it struck a chord. Twitter, Instagram, and fan forums exploded with reactions. "That's a woman walking with faith," one user wrote. Another commented, "Julie's faith is proof that miracles still happen. She's coming back to us. God's bringing her back." The interview wasn't flashy. There were no bold headlines or dramatic teasers. It was Julie, vulnerable and humble, sharing how prayer and reflection have changed her outlook. For fans who had feared they might never hear her voice again, it was like hearing a dear friend call home. A family rooted in faith. The Chrisleys have never shied away from talking about their belief in God, even when life's storms hit. Whether it was financial trouble, family disputes, or personal hardships, Julie and her husband, Todd, often leaned on their Christian faith as a source of comfort. During the interview, Julie mentions something profound. "When I felt the lowest, I remembered that I wasn't alone. Even in silence, God's voice was there." This one sentence spread like wildfire across social media, clipped into motivational reels and TikTok videos. Many fans said they watched it repeatedly, drawing hope from her words. Julie is more than a reality TV star. She's a testament to resilience and faith, one fan posted. Another simply wrote, "God's not done with her yet." The movement of prayer. Soon after the interview aired, hashtags like #PrayersForJulie and #FaithWithJulie began trending. Churches across the South reportedly mentioned Julie in their prayer lists, while fan-organized virtual prayer circles sprouted on Facebook and Zoom. One fan-led Facebook group with over 40,000 members scheduled weekly prayer calls specifically focused on Julie's health and strength. "We're believing for her comeback," said group leader Diane Morgan. "She has inspired millions through her love for her family and her faith, and we believe this is her season of restoration." Fans see signs everywhere. The belief that God is bringing Julie Chrisley back grew stronger as fans began sharing what they call signs. One woman posted a picture of a rainbow she saw right after watching Julie's interview, captioning it, "This is for you, Julie. God keeps his promises." Another fan shared how she randomly met a Chrisley family friend at church and felt it was divine confirmation that Julie's story was far from over. A fan in Nashville claimed her toddler, who had never seen the Chrisley show, suddenly pointed at Julie's photo on her phone and said, "That's a happy lady." While skeptics brushed these off as coincidences, believers insisted it was a spiritual nudge, a sign that Julie's comeback was already in motion. Julie's message of hope. Julie's words during the interview weren't just about her personal struggles. They were about how anyone can find light in their darkest hour. She encouraged listeners not to lose faith when life doesn't make sense. "You don't have to see the whole staircase to know God's guiding your steps," she said. That line quickly became a viral quote, printed on fan-made t-shirts and digital wallpapers. Etsy shops reported an uptick in custom orders featuring Julie's quote, often paired with angel wings or Bible verses. Fans weren't just hearing her words, they were living them. A change in public perception. The Chrisleys have had their share of critics, especially during difficult legal battles and the glare of reality TV. But Julie's vulnerability shifted the narrative. Even people who admitted they weren't fans of the show took to social media to share admiration for her. One viral tweet read, "You don't have to like reality TV to see what faith under fire looks like." Julie Chrisley is walking proof. This wave of positive attention sparked conversations about forgiveness, second chances, and the role of public figures in inspiring hope. Some even compared Julie's resilience to biblical figures who endured trials only to emerge stronger.